Hello, Josh Levenhagen here. Thank you so much for your patience, and I'm sorry for the delay in Monday's video. The new lockdown procedures made me have to make a few last-minute plans and adjustments and put me a little bit behind. So thank you so much for your patience. Here's all the stuff that we were going to give you yesterday. On a side note, how do you like my haircut? Just saying, I think it's pretty good considering I didn't have a chance to make an appointment with the barbershops before they had to close. And so I definitely did this myself yesterday in the mirror. It took about an hour and a half. Besides this little Jimmy Neutron thingy there in the front, I think I did not a half bad job. So I'm just saying, if you need a quarantine barber, I'm your guy. Call me, I'll come over. If you want to take that risk, let's do this together. But in all seriousness, by now you guys know the governor signed a lockdown order. Basically, it's going to go into effect tomorrow, March 25th, and runs it until April 24th, unless it is lifted early. And what that means is non-essential businesses are being forced to close or go remote. And people are being asked to stay in their homes unless they're out of doors for a very specific reason. So you can be out walking your dog, or you can be doing chores if you observe social distancing. But if you're in your car, you have to be bringing someone groceries, you have to be doing like a wellness check, you have to be doing something for a job that is an essential job, or you can face traffic tickets and fines and even jail time if you defy the lockdown orders. So seriously, who needs groceries? If you call the church or if you get a hold of me, somebody here at the church would be happy to go and get you some essentials, drop them off at your front door. You don't even have to come inside. And especially if you are feeling unsafe leaving the house, or if you have someone high risk at home, please call the church. We would love to pick you up something and drop it off at your house. So, parenting materials that were going to go out yesterday, Monday, but are now coming out on Tuesday. First of all, schedule. I know some of you have already given up on this idea, but I really feel like it's important to embrace the idea of having a family schedule during this time. This period is going to last longer than any of us thought possible. A schedule is seriously going to help you during this time. Children need routine. Younger children take routine and they internalize it. It makes them feel safe and having that kind of a structure. Older children, it makes them feel useful. It makes them feel knowledgeable, like they can do this, they can navigate this because they have a schedule. Either way, routine is good for children, and it's going to be good for you too. You get to decide how simple or how complicated your home weekly and monthly schedule is going to be. So I'm going to send you guys some schedule resources I have. If you guys are using any sort of home scheduling and it's actually working, please post them to the Facebook group. We would love all the ideas that we can have, and I would encourage you guys to use schedules during this time. I know it's hard, but it's going to be worth it. All right, second resource, virtual tours. Virtual tours are exploding right now on the internet. Museums, parks, amusement parks, even outer space. Let's take a look at some screen footage I took here. One of my favorites is Mars. You can look at 360 views of Mars taken by the Curiosity rover. You can scoot around on the surface. You can even click on icons and read some interesting facts about things that happened at each location. The Mars tour is absolutely fascinating. Now, if you zip over to Google Earth, you can go to any number of state and national parks and take tours set up by Google Earth. So we're looking at Acadia here, Cliffside View, and you just click through the tour and it'll take you straight to the beach. And so you can go the way that they want you to go, or you can kind of do it yourself. So we're going to take a little zoom in here to Yosemite. So now you see a beautiful view of the valley and of El Capitan, and just a beautiful shot. Now you can switch from this 360-degree photo to satellite imagery, and we could take a trip along the river and, hey Dad, I want to take a look at what's right there. Well, if you click on this button here, you'll see all the different points where Google Earth has sent someone to take photos. So I'm going to click on this little blue dot, anything blue, and it's going to zoom in and show me this amazing 360-degree photograph. So you can literally spend hours exploring all of these national parks on Google Earth, and photos and satellite imagery. It's just awesome. I will send you guys all of these links this week. There's literally dozens and dozens and dozens of different places. I actually got to see 360-degree photos and tours of the inside of the Louvre in Paris. For those of you who have older students, maybe some of those museums might be more interesting. I'm going to send you guys all of that this week. All right, so let's talk about some fun stuff. The last two things I have for you is fun stuff. First of all, local businesses. We're going to talk about Marcus Theaters. So for those of you guys who don't know, the box office has officially hit 0. The film companies are no longer releasing films to theaters, even if there are any theaters open still in the country. They are releasing movies on digital, and so the latest movie to hit digital went straight from not being released at all straight to digital, which was Trolls World Tour, I believe it's called. And the movie theaters are freaking out because they're not even getting movies anymore, let alone being able to show them. So they came up with a really creative thing, and actually I think it's pretty awesome. For those of you who don't know, movie theaters mostly make their money off concessions. That's why sodas cost like $10 a piece. They're doing a deal right now. Marcus Theaters is doing a deal where you can get a big giant tub of popcorn, 2 drinks, a bunch of candy, and they'll send it all to you so you can have movie night at your house for $20. And I'm just saying, grab yourself some cardboard boxes, build yourself a little car, and have a drive-in movie night at your house like we did a few weeks ago here at the church. Get creative about this kind of stuff. The boredom is going to set in. You have to think outside the box. Just a side note, cardboard is always a good idea. You can make yourself a little spaceman helmet for these little virtual tours. You can dress up like you're going to go hiking and go through these park tours. And get creative. Add elements to these kind of things and try to spice things up as much as possible to kind of fend off the boredom during this time. All right, my last thing I got for you is actually one of my favorite, even though it's one of the most simple. 30-day Lego challenges. I got 2 separate Lego challenges. One's kind of for younger kids, one's kind of for older. If you look at the younger one, it's simple things like build a spaceship, build a pirate ship, build a whale. And then if you look for the more kind of creative side of things, it's, you're building a tree house with your friend, or Captain Hook has asked you to help him build a new ship specifically for him, that kind of stuff. This is awesome because you can just keep reusing the same Legos that you have at home. Just a reminder, Amazon is still open during this time, so I'm going to go ahead and send a couple links to some simple buckets of Legos that they sell if you don't have enough Legos at home to do this. This is such a cool little activity. I might actually do this challenge just simply because it's a great way to keep your mind active during this time, and I personally love Legos. So I'm going to send these challenges your way on the Facebook group and in the email this Friday. Remember, we have people who would love to speak to you more. I have homeschool moms, I have teachers who would love to just be a resource for you, to be a support for you, to encourage you during this time and give you ideas and tips and just be there for you. Please take advantage of that. Get a hold of me and I will put you in touch with them if you're interested. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for our Wednesday night live at 5 Facebook video, and we're going to talk about family ministry stuff and just how to stay engaged in God's Word. God bless. Stay safe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.